Well, well, well. It's 11:58. I was beginning to think that you weren't going to show up, sweet cheeks. You really know how to keep a girl waiting, huh? Of course I knew you were going to show up. I knew you couldn't resist knowing. And what's this? You've brought me a gift. Ooh, you're spoiling me already. A piece of pie. Left over from whatever didn't sell after your shift, Nah, you already know the quickest way to my heart. You're trying to make me fall in love, aren't you? Now this will be the perfect snack while I watch this town disappear in my rearview mirror. Thanks. Now, did you tell anyone that you were going to meet me? I guess that's something you and I have in common. Though I suppose this time it does actually work out in our favor. Normally, I would warn about stranger danger, but this specific situation requires a bit more discretion. Shh, come on. This isn't the place to talk about this, not in the open. I have the motel room for a bit longer, so after you. That's the problem with small towns. Everyone is always trying to stick their noses where they don't belong. Someone is always watching. Oh, I'm sure there'll be all sorts of rumors about you and me tomorrow when that old lady in the motel office blabbers to everyone at the church potluck about you following me into this motel room. Shame we aren't making any of those rumors a reality right now. Well, the floor is yours, sweet cheeks. You gonna explain yourself after that little outburst last night? I'm actually just giving you the courtesy of saying it yourself. I already know everything that I need to know about you. Yes, actually, I do. I did a little bit of digging last night after I left the diner. You'd be surprised how much information you can find about a town and its inhabitants in just a few hours. I'm gonna eat this. This is much better than that peach monstrosity you gave me last night. Looks like there might be a little bit of hope for that diner still. Relax, I'm getting there. So, I know that you grew up a social pariah in this tiny town. A fact that you actually just confirmed when you told me that you didn't have anyone to tell that you were meeting me here. Well, I mean, it was a theory that I was already working on. I told you, you're too cute to be working the graveyard shift. So I'm guessing that you were actually the weird kid. You'd say strange things. Unexplainable instances would happen all around you. Light bulbs blowing up despite being new and not turned on. Sudden chills without a breeze. Things going missing without a trace. Or, I mean, maybe it was more like seeing and hearing things that nobody else could. Yeah. Some whipped cream would really make this so much better. Do you think that they'd have any at that little coffee bar in the hotel office? Oh my gosh, you're so serious. Lighten up a bit. It might be uncovering the trauma of your childhood, but, sometimes you just gotta laugh at this stuff, yeah? Fine. I'm willing to bet that if you did ever make friends, that they were very quickly sent running from you. Probably a ponytail mysteriously pulled, or maybe their shoes tied together mid-step. Maybe worse fates befall people close to you, though. Well, I mean, like maybe a fire. Maybe one that left you all alone. No, I told you. You can find a lot about a small town in a very short amount of time. Couple that with the frequent debilitating headaches, body pains, probably a lot of unexplained bruising. And all of that kind of accumulates into starting rumors about you being a freak. A servant of the devil. Or whatever other hog shit a small town like this can come up with. How am I doing so far? Am I getting warm? Well, obviously that's not the worst part. Yeah, the worst part is that you saw every horrible thing that befell the people around you before it happened. And no one ever believed you. You had to just sit there and watch all of those nasty visions that you had come true. Might as well have stayed silent despite all your screaming for someone to listen. You're probably saving all those tips from working at that shitty diner so that you can get the hell out of this place and never look back. But I think a part of you knows that it doesn't matter where you go. You're always going to be followed by this so-called bad luck. How's your neck, by the way? No reason. So what do you think? Did I hit the metaphorical nail on the head? You can glare at me all you want, but you know that I'm right. Go on. You can say it. Kimber, you were right. See, was that so hard to admit? I think I'm adorable. Well, some of that information I got online. But some of it I already knew after last night. Listen, you can be feisty about it. Or you can be nice and get some answers. See, that's not so bad. I knew so much about you because I know someone who had a very similar experience when they were young. People can be horribly cruel when you're different. And you are about as different as they come, sweet cheeks. You're clairvoyant. It means you can perceive things that most mortals can't, including the future. Yes, mortals. Look, I know you came here for answers about last night too, but be patient. I'm working up that way. Now, how much do you know about fairies? No, not the tiny people with wings. How pixies became the poster children for all of the fairies, I will never know. Honestly, I think it's some weird fairy propaganda, if you ask me. Fairies, in actuality, are chaos that is given a physical form. Dad said that they are the result of star magic exploding on the earth. That they all come from another dimension that runs parallel to us called fairy. I know it's not very creative. But because they're chaos, that means that they can really be anything. But mostly they're just jackasses who like to prey on unsuspecting mortals. Like last night. You had a fairy chomping down on your magic. It was sitting right there on your shoulder. Yeah, magic. You can see the future, but you really want to try to reason away a word like magic? Really? Well, somehow, you ended up with some of that fairy magic in your blood. and it resulted in your clairvoyance. Fairies can sense that magic, and it basically makes you an all-you-can-eat buffet for them. There really isn't very much magic in our world, so they have to eat up when they find it. By how determined that Jinx was last night, I'm guessing that you were a very tasty meal. You're right. I didn't get all of that from the internet. My dad taught me, actually. He and I have been wandering around the country, hunting down some of these fairies and helping people when they need it. Yeah. We hunt fairies. Or rather, we did. My dad went on a solo trip, and I haven't heard from him in a while. He's never really been Mr. Communicative, but it's not like him to just disappear like this. So I'm worried. Dad's a capable hunter, but fairies are a vengeful folk with a very twisted sense of justice. Look, I know you and I just met, but there are forces at work in the world that just don't make sense. And I think that you're supposed to come with me. No, just think about it, okay, for a moment. You are currently a snack bar for fairies who have been fucking over your entire life. All of that bad luck, that wasn't you. I know how to deal with them. Okay? You already went out of this place. And I am offering you a chance. Right now. I want a partner I can count on to watch my back. Dad left me a journal full of all of the knowledge he has about fairies, but your gift would make you invaluable in the field. Think how many people you and I can save if we team up. You might be able to help me find my dad. And your gift can finally be used to help people. And I would listen to you. Besides, really, what's holding you back? Exactly. Nothing. Look, I already protected you once. Last night in the diner, I got that thing off of you. If anything else comes to bite, I can do it again. Now, what do you say? Partners? What the? I thought you said you didn't tell anyone that you were here. Okay, well, it's not for me. Why would it be for me? I don't know anybody here. Oh, fuck. That call's coming from inside the hotel room. It's a fairy!